What's going on, guys? Welcome to the New 50 Noob. I'm your comic book noob, and today I'm back at Big City Comics, my first video for 2020 at Big City, so I'm very excited. I've got a bunch of books to pick up. I'm going to show you the covers, and yeah, I've got a few things to talk about with Mark as well, so let's do this. Alright guys, before I get started, how rude of me to not introduce my comic book mentor, Mark from Big City Comics. Say hi, Mark. Hi, Mark. Apologise for the sound today, guys. It's very windy today here in Melbourne, Australia. So let's go through the books. I'm not going to talk about them too much today. I'm just going to show you the covers because I realise that I get the same books every week, so I'm just keep telling you guys the same stuff. So, first book, Undiscovered Country, issue 3 by Scott Snyder. This issue is going to make or break whether or not I'm going to keep getting it. It's been okay so far.
It's not listening to Scott Snyder, dude. Come on, you have to credit Charles Soule. Right.
Charles Soule, whoever that guy is.
We apologise, Charles Soule.
I'm a new reader, give me a break. Alright, next, issue 5 of Safe Sex. This is also the last issue I'll be getting in this book because I haven't started reading it. If I do read it and it is worth continuing, I'm sure it's not going to be hard to keep getting it. So yeah, that's issue 5 of Safe Sex from Image Comics. Batman's Grave, issue 4. I'm considering cutting this, man, and just maybe up to issue 6, and then once I start reading it, if I want to complete the whole thing, then I will. That's Batman's Grave, issue 4 by Warren Ellis. Next is Nightwing, issue 68. I read the Nightwing annual.
Dude.
Yeah, it was good. I wasn't excited as you were for it, but it was still good. I could see it coming. I knew I had to deal with the owls and stuff. But
just the way they orchestrate makes it now. It just made a lot of sense.
Yeah. I'm excited as well. Hey, I'm not a veteran like you are.
Are you calling me old?
Alright, next, RWBY. I believe I just called it RWB in the last couple of episodes, but RWBY issue 4. I got both covers here, standard as well as the Art Germ variant, which is beautiful as always. Is that a sword or a gun, lady? Wow. Now this one wasn't on my list, but Mark decided, you know what? You have a crush on Crush, and this is a nice little Crush cover. So yes, it will be a cover buy for me. It is Teen Titans issue 38.
How you doing?
Yeah, how are you doing, baby? I'm not into guys, sorry. Oh, okay. From Black Label, The Question, The Death of Vic Sage, book number 2. So yeah, I'm really behind on my Black Label stuff. I'm gonna have a night where I just read Black Label stuff. Is this all my books for this week? This one?
Yes. Okay. It is.
All right, so they're all my books from last week. Now this is this week's books. First is, now you would call this a key issue, right?
Apparently so.
Apparently so, come on mate, even I know. Wonder Woman 750. Now I believe this is going to be the first issue where DC introduced their new timeline. So should be interesting how that goes. I've decided to pick up the standard cover as well as the Jim Lee variant. There's a lot of different variants. I decided to go with the Jim Lee because Jim Lee is the man. Next, Batman, Curse of the White Knight. We're up to book 6. Again, I collect both covers of this, so I've got the standard here as well. I love the way Bane looks in this book, by the way. All the characters that Sean Murphy designed are actually fantastic. And Edmund Wayne. I haven't read this, so I don't know what's going on with Edmund Wayne, but he looks like he's from another time period. Now this cover, I've been waiting for this one. God damn win. I've been waiting for this cover for a while. I saw this in the DC previews and I was like, that is a nice cover. My boy, Red Hood, issue 42. With him and Artemis. That is, who did this cover? I need to find out. Paulo Pantalina? Know of him?
No, I'm sorry. He looks familiar though, to be honest.
Yeah, who's a noob now? So yeah, that's a Red Hood Outlaw 42. Artemis and Red Hood, Kiss Kiss Bang Bang, and I also got the variant, I believe it's Philip Tan, is it his name? He's doing the variants for this? Philip Tan, learning my stuff.
Not so noob, huh?
How long before I am not a noob? Because I feel like it's got to be at least 10 years. Not
at least.
By then I might have read Dark Knight Returns. Batman issue 87, obviously James Tynion took over. Have you read 86 yet, Mark?
No.
No? Okay. It wasn't bad. I'm quite excited to see where it goes. I decided to pick up both covers, including the variant this time, which I believe is a Francesco Martina variant. It's got Catwoman and Batman. Very nice covers there. And last but not least is the Amazing Spider-Man issue 30. Is that like the only Marvel book I got and all these? Now, I just want to say something quickly about this cover. This cover is a total, whoever did this cover, who is it? Ryan Utley. There is a Red Hood cover that looks identical to this, where it's got the penguin in the background and Red Hood running at the front. So I'm gonna maybe try to put an image up here to see if you can tell the resemblance between these two covers. And that's it, I smashed through those books. That was good, that's how I should always do it. But, so recently I've been watching a lot of live streams from the comic book YouTube community. I realized that you guys do a lot for each other, such as, you know, like Just a Rican and his comics, he gave my channel a shout out, which really helped me out a lot. There's a Life with Two YouTubers who really helped push my channel as well. So you guys do a lot for each other, and I feel like I've done nothing for your community. So I want to do a quick shout out to a new comic book channel that I discovered in the last week. Do me a favor and subscribe to this channel. His name is Ashley and Comics is the name of his channel. I'm gonna leave a link to his channel in the description below. He's a new YouTuber. He's got very few subscribers. He's only got 4 videos so far, but he's got like a comic book haul video, a comic book review video, and he's into film, so he does some film reviews. So check out his channel. Do me a favor, pause this video now, open up that link, and subscribe to his channel. Let's sub him. So yeah, Ashley and Comics, check him out. All right, so recently I saw a few things on the internet that had me a little bit curious, and I want to sort of talk to Mark about them. And that is crossovers, which is basically like times where DC and Marvel have actually crossed over, because I guess to a lot of people it just seems almost unheard of, but it's definitely happened, right? Like for example, a time where Death, the Endless, one of my favorite goth babes, from the Vertigo and Sandman universe, she was in a Hulk comic. Did you know about that?
No.
You did not know about that? Well, I believe it was Incredible Hulk 418.
Sometimes characters are licensed out. You know, I think we're all aware of the whole Neil Gaiman, Angela sort of deal they did with Marvel. So
you told me about that one.
Yeah, so if you're not, you should look it up. It's really interesting.
But there was a time where Stan Lee wrote like a Superman book, I believe, Batman. Like that's a big thing in my mind.
Yeah, I mean, at the time, Stan Lee, you know, probably wasn't a well-known name back then as when he did it, but he's still famous. But still, yeah, but he's still but not as well known as, you know, compared to what he is now. It's a great thing to do. I mean, to see. You know, is one thing I love about comics is they do stuff in comics that you would never see anywhere else, nowhere in a movie or animation. I was so proud to see an animated movie with Batman and Ninja Turtles. I mean, dude, that is just, you know, fan service. And it was a great film, and you know, Tinian, when he did the comic book, he planned it as a trilogy. So
what's your problem with Tinian?
I have no problem with Tinian.
You made it sound like you had a problem with him.
I have no problem with Tinian. I just have a problem.
You were just a big King fan.
Yeah, I am, but I have no problem with Tinian. I wasn't a fan of what he did on Detective when he was on Detective. Whether his run on Detective in Rebirth was his idea or, you know, the company's. You don't know these things, so it's not. I never have a problem with a person's art.
This is the main comic that I was really building up to, because obviously I wasn't around for this, and obviously I'm guessing you were, but this, like when I first saw this, like when I first ventured, I was just like,
I've got that somewhere.
Yeah, like, is that a big deal? It seems like it's a big deal.
It was fun.
Talking about DC versus Marvel, which Mark will turn into right now, the cover. So, yeah, I remember when I first started collecting comics, I saw this, and I didn't buy it. I wanted to, because it just seemed like a big deal, but what was that like?
It's not really worth anything. It's not with continuity at all. They don't introduce any new characters, so on and so forth. But it's, you know, it's a really fun book. And that's what comic books are all about, is fun. I know it's not a crossover, but it's Savage Avengers. I mean, who would think, who could have thought Conan in a Marvel book? You would never find it in a movie. I love that. That's why I love comics, is because that's what comics gives us, something that we would never see anywhere else. I love that book.
You know what one of the biggest crossover events was for me, which it seemed like it wasn't a big deal for anyone else at the time? When Nintendo Wii released Mario vs Sonic Olympics. Like people weren't making noise about that. I was like, are you serious?
They're the
That
best.
was like the biggest deal. Like when I was a kid, like that would never happen, right?
Yeah, and it's even lots of Darkstalkers and Street Fighter.
Yeah,
And all these the video games, they love doing that as well. There was a Batman and Spawn crossover, which was awesome.
Wait.
And that was written by Frank Miller. It was so good. Like it was Frank Miller writing Batman and Spawn. Batman Predator 1, Batman Predator 2, Batman Predator 3. They were so good. I absolutely loved the idea. You know, and it was again another crossover. And then there was Superman and aliens, and that was out of this world. You know, literally out of this world. But it was really, really cool to see. I'm a massive Aliens fan. I don't know, you've met Bob. I'm sure Simon will introduce Bob later at some point. But crossovers are so much fun. You know, it's one of the things that makes comic books great. You know, everyone likes to put the V in the middle of it where they fight, and that's cool. But, you know, the crossover where they work together is probably, in my opinion, even better.
Alright, this wind is doing my head in, so I'm going to wrap it up there. But before we go, I guess final question would be, obviously it's a new year. Is there any standout books, sales-wise, that have come out so far in the first 3 weeks of this year?
Yeah, Batman 86 was really, really well received. That sold out pretty good. Iron Man 2020, which again sold out, which people are probably curious with where it's going. Dan Slott will continue with the progression of that story. Thor #1, which was again well received. Another customer of mine just read Silver Surfer Black, and he was amazed how he's tied. Donny Cates has tied all his titles into his own little circle.
I think comic writers like to do that, right? They like it. They like their books to be their world.
Not all.
Snyder definitely does.
Snyder definitely does, but not all of them do. And Cates is really good at doing that.
So what are some big titles in the
coming in?
weeks?
So definitely, I reckon next week comes Birds of Prey with Azzarello writing.
That's on Black Label.
Black Label.
I'm all over that.
It's
every cover mark.
But Darth Vader #1 picking up after Empire Strikes Back. Oh yes, Fantastic Four / X-Men. That is going to be. Everyone's been waiting for that confrontation ever since House of X won. So that mini-series is going to be one to watch out for.
Alright, I'm trying really hard not to swear because of this wind, so I apologise if audio of this episode is terrible. Thank you for having me again, as always, Mark. It is good to see you again. And until next time, guys, say bye, Mark.
Bye, Mark.
Be excellent to each other and keep it simple.